Hi, guys. I'm going to wait a little bit. Hi, this is when I like to open up chat. Welcome in, y'all. I'm fighting this COVID pretty good. My husband brought me Walgreens, I swear to God. I'm like, it's just me who has COVID. It's not me and the neighborhood. But he loves me. Hi, Muffin Top. My amazing mod. Is Judy in here too yet? Do. Sorry I kept pushing this up, but truthfully, I always like to send this to the FBI before I put it up, and this one's a pretty damn good one. Wait, let me
Hi,
to it.
Muffin Top.
It's a really this pulls a lot of shit together today. It's gonna blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind. Hi, Sassafras, my member. Anyone who wants to become a member, that's a great way to support the channel. Bernadette, welcome, another one of my members. Um, yeah, I kept pushing this up because the information kept flowing. And then I was on hold very long for FBI and I hung up. I'm like, that's it. I'm just going to email it to them. This live is going to pull together basically all the elements that I work with come from different phases of these sacrifices. And it seems as if Moscow, this one team, is showing it all really clearly. So welcome to WCIA Network, with everything I do and say falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Sorry if I cough and sneeze and sniffle. I'm on my way. I'm on the other side of COVID today. This is for entertainment purposes, right? Nothing's been proven yet, and no one is guilty or has a part of this until proven in the eyes of the law, in the courts, right? So, oh, happy birthday, Bernadette! Happy birthday to you. You don't want to hear me sing because my voice is horrible right now. I hope you're doing something fun tonight. Anyways, wait, yeah, let me turn this counter off. So I'm going to be going into this PDF. Again, nobody is talking about this. It's real. Homemade healing gifts. I love you. Muffin Top, you push. You're so amazing. I never ordered sweatshirts or anything. It just became too late. I guess I could still do it. Partner in crime. Okay. So, here we go. The photos in front of you are all going to be in my presentation. Yesterday, I went through this presentation. And I showed you all photos of this parade. The parade somehow, for some dumb reason, this parade was put on YouTube, and it was posted yesterday. Okay, so this person posted it, and I showed you guys where you could get it. But this lady posted it saying, if you really want to have a good look of what is going on in Moscow, get a little piece of Moscow, here's the night before Christmas. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Yeah. So I went to the YouTube page, And then I realized that then I realized, I'm like, how did I get to her YouTube page? And then I realized I got to her YouTube page because I found her Facebook page through the gals that were murdered. She, I don't know if it's under the real estate company or under the church. Now, that presentation yesterday was pretty incredible. What I did today is I continued following my little breadcrumbs that have been placed in front of me. Placed in front of me in order to really get a real good look at these faces of these girls. The first thing I notice, now, I have children, I have daughters, right? I asked them to take a look at these photos. They're like, who the fuck's doing their photos? These are like completely photoshopped, done by a professional, and they're like all the same. And the faces like intertwine. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about anybody or saying that these kids really didn't die, but all of these faces look like the girls, the people that are gone. Especially the one in the middle looks just like Kiely Rodni. Now, what does that mean? It means something, or it wouldn't have been shown to me. It means something, you guys. I know that Summer Moon Wells Missing Children, and this is very much worth noting, okay? I'm not passing judgment or taking away the sadness of any of these kids, because there were kids that were murdered, right? Brutally murdered. And these people, they're getting sacrificed. What I am saying is there are no coincidences within these cases. I am saying that these girls, I had these photos looked at. Their smiles, their shoes, their lipstick, their hair, their eyes, their mascara, the way that they pose for photos are identical to the other photos. The only difference is their faces. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, if you guys want, for shits and giggles, if you've got nothing to do, go grab all of the photos of these girls that are posed like this. But these girls you've never seen, but yet they're identical to the ones that were murdered. There is something to be said about that, you guys. There is something to be said. This girl here and the way that these pictures are posed, it reminds me completely Summer Moon Wells Missing Children. These photos are way too organized. These photos are way too perfect. These photos are, I'm telling you my intuition. These are photo shoots. They're like posed. You know how long it takes to get a fucking pose like that? I know, I just did a photo shoot this last weekend. It's probably where I got COVID. And there's no way in hell, I am telling you, this is not normal. Just like Summer Moon's photos. The photos that come out of Summer, there's no way. It's like, that's not Summer. That's not, put it this way. That's not the Summer we know of. Right? You could take any of these photos like this that they gave us and plop in any face you want. These girls here, they never look the same. They almost look like completely different people in a lot of the photos that they're marked this person or that person. Let me tell you something. I call bullshit, is what I call. Because something is very, very wrong with these kind of photos. Look. These are fake as shit. That's what I say. I feel nothing towards it other than blankness. Like blank. Nothing. It's like these are completely manifested, is the word that comes out of my mouth, is they were manifested for the purpose of what's going on here. I don't know. This picture here with the number 5, and I'm like, oh, this is, and someone's like, oh my God, that's from the garbage truck. Well, wait till you see the pictures I have. This isn't from the damn garbage truck. It's from the church. So that's the first thing I want to point out is I call bullshit. I have many daughters, okay, and nieces, and I'm like, you guys do me a favor. They were hysterical laughing. They're like, that is the most bullshit photos I've ever seen of anybody. Basically. Bullshit. And I said, I totally see it. It's you guys, these are manifested for the purpose. Yeah, and they're just manifested for the purpose. Kylie Rodney is, and I'm telling you, Gabby Petito, either we're the real dumb fucking idiots or they're the dumb fucking idiots. It's one or the other. It's one or the other. Thank you for those ones. Yeah, it's totally staged. These are pictures that you see, it's crap. These are pictures that you see inside a photo frame that you go buy at Walgreens. And I'm not taking anything away from the death of these kids, but what I am taking away is somewhere in here is complete acting bullshit. These are completely, now what my spiritual self feels like, it's a nothingness. It's a nothingness. Their fingers and their hands and everything that they do here is completely planned. You know how long it takes to plan out a photo like this? Trust me. I've taken gazillions photos of my daughters and their friends, and let me tell you something. It takes a day. Their hands, those hands are not even her hands. Those are child hands. These photos are bullshit. That's the first thing I want to get across loud and clear. So that the day that all of this shit comes down, I don't even know if we'll be alive when all this shit comes down. Something, they are completely faking us out. So I am saying I am not faked out. I am onto it. You look a little closer into these photos, like there is shit going on in here. This is nonsense. And they're projecting this to the world as if they're perfect looking, beautiful girls. They're doing that because, I don't know, are they going to get more of a reaction because they're pretty? Yeah, to people that are so two-faced. This is fake. I'm telling you, you guys. Someone has to come forth and really talk about these photos. The girl in the middle up in the right left-hand corner is Does anyone know who she is? For all we know, she's the girl that died instead of the Kiely Rodni that we know. For all you know, she's the Kiely Rodni that was sacrificed. You know why you don't know? Because you don't know Kiely Rodni. Just like Ryan Upchurch always says, I may point his stuff out and say that his shit is in these cases, but let me tell you, he makes really good points. You don't know these people. You don't know these people. And they're using all the shit that they can to deep fake their faces. These aren't their faces. That's like a hands down given. All of these girls could be one another. This girl that was in Kylie's, like this could be one of them. We don't know. We don't know, you guys. They all look alike. And you know what's the craziest thing? Like in the beginning of this story, think about what they said. Oh, the night that they were murdered. Someone said the dumbest thing I ever heard. No offense to that person. I think it was a reporter. They were acting as each other. They were like pretending to be each other. No, they weren't. No, they weren't. It's part of what they do. It's part of what they do. They're so this is to me was so very important to point out up front because all of these people within this cult, they have this shit down really well. And one of them is they use different faces, different people, and I truly believe the ones that get sacrificed aren't the ones that we know of. Period. The girl in the middle could easily be Kiely Rodni. There is no fucking difference. Really look at this, you guys. These photos are fabricated. I know enough about this. I am telling you, this is fabricated. Who else had the same thing? Gabby Petito. Gabby Petito's was also the same thing. The kids know everything. The kids know everything. No one has photos like this just out of college. Oh my God. Trust me. It is so loud and clear that my body is sweating over this. So now that I spent 20 minutes discussing something that I really wasn't going to go off on, but I really do believe full-heartedly, I'm very good with eyes. I'm very good with body energy. Only thing that wants to come out of my mouth when I see this is fucking bullshit. Sorry I'm swearing, but That is all I could say. That's all I feel. That's it. That's it. So I'm letting these girls know, and I'm letting these families know, and I'm letting everyone know that's doing this. It's very obvious to kids that are the girls' ages that this is bullshit. So maybe to us in that maybe we're older, and I'm very in tuned to this kind of age, that they were laughing their ass off. They're like, this. Well, they're like, you're wasting your time. This is all a bunch of crap. That's what they said. They're like, it's a bunch of crap, Mom. It's like, it's crap. Yeah. So, moving on. So everything I'm going to go over here today, other than throwing in a little bits and pieces of Kylie, because she's the same group as this, I'm going over the gal and the group that I found inside Moscow. And I'm going into it a little deeper, and I'm going to show you and prove that they are using water wells and underground tunnels. This group that I got these photos from isn't just from any church, you guys. It's not from just any old church that we've been looking at. It's from the same church that Don Wells and everyone else is a part of. Now, I'm not calling out the church. I'm saying that their name is all over this thing. The Adventist Church. The Adventist Church float is who has this stuff on it. After I went through my live yesterday, went through it a little deeper, I'm like, that's Adventist Church, and that's what this gal is a part of. So as I show you these photos, remember, I am pulling this all together under one person who's advertising it, and she has really quite no views. When I'm opening up my pop, this really helps my throat. I love cream soda. Other than, try not to eat sugar. So other than my licorice, I have cream soda. So good. Okay. So this is the church that has this funky stuff. As you could see here, this is the float. And what's above in the left-hand corner is what was at Kylie Rodney's memorial. And what that girl is surrounded by is all of the equipment. The box, the blue, the blah, blah. Now I understand why I see maroon, green, white, sometimes yellow, red. It's Christmas. I know, I love it. It's Christmas colors. There is a white car that is part of this, that they say, of the kid's murder. This is the white car. Here's the white car. I love cream soda. Here's the white car. When you look at this photo bit by bit, it shows the true information. Now, I only like to take out the elements. This comes from this gal's video, okay? Understand that I know my elements. One of the things that I already sent this off. Don't get caught up in all the faces and yada yada. What you need to do is stay with the elements. This white truck here is and I'm telling you through my clairvoyance, will be the white truck that was involved. This one. It's the cult church, yes. Because this has the person up on top. It has all the critters coming out of the car. You know, obviously it's what it is, but the one that comes out of the car is the chipmunk. This is the card that they should be looking for. And this card comes from the church. The other thing is it does have the number 5. So imagine seeing all the videos and so forth from the 4 murders. And when I say I see a number 5 in the background, that number 5 was not on the garbage can. It's showing a little bit of the truth. This is behind the kids when they were murdered. This is the equipment. This is the number 5 box equipment. And it's right on the green. So this is just like what I showed you yesterday. It's under the ground. It's all they are. They're boxes under the ground. And this is real. This is real. This is where they need to go. The information that shows inside her videos tells not only the story of the Idaho kids, it tells the story of all of the children. All of them. What we are looking at is exactly what we see superimposed under Don's house. These are boxes with the heads. These go in the water. They go under bridges. They're showing what goes under the bridges. And it gets pulled. This is where it gets that word pulled to the water. And this is where the fishermen come in play. Adventures with Purpose comes in play. Like it's all part of it. And you're also going to see how Dylan Rounds, I'm going to show you. Something went wrong when Dylan Rounds was supposed to be doing his harvesting. This group that I have here harvests. Something went wrong. Something went wrong when Dylan was at this point of his journey. He fucked up. He fucked up, you guys. Because what is in here is not grains. I will get to this later in the story. But Dylan Rounds had a change of heart. Really pissed people off. He screwed it up. And they took care of it really quickly. If you look at these photos, the more I speak over the photos for those that are new, the truth prevails. The truth shines through because the truth will always shine through. It will always shine through and turn out the lights of the evil. We all may be coming from the same source, but when you push good against bad, purity and goodness outweigh the evil. There's the blue face. This is the evil that they want to cover up. But the problem is, it's all the same source, and they want it shown. Because the children want justice. And you cannot put that light out. This is justice. See it lighting up? This is what travels. It gets pulled. Someone puts this shit in there. I am showing the source of who's doing this. It's not a game. It's a sick-ass moneymaker. This is the Summer Moonwell's missing children's story that they want told and recognized, and for people to help stop it. To have people stop this. They don't give a shit who gets thrown in jail. They want it stopped. They want their story known. That's why I don't give a shit about the guilty. I give a shit that the guilty turn on this channel and be like, oh shit. Yeah, oh shit. You're not as tough and strong as you think you are. You're not. You cannot run faster than the light. Period. And it's catching up to you guys. It is catching up to you guys. Go down or not go down. This is going to be rubbed in your faces. This is the story of the Summer Moonwell's missing children, and they get pulled and they go on a truck, and the truck has the box. Period. These white trucks are all in it together. All in it together. You're not so badass as you think you are. You're not. Oh, and do this and that. Really? No one gives a shit. All they want is their story to be told, and for you to understand that their story is going to be recognized. These are the boxes that these children get put in. I think it is really time for the authorities to really grab this story and do something with it. This is not a parade of the lights. This is a parade of the heads. This is a parade of the children being sacrificed for the good of what these people think it is. And that's what needs to be stopped. Do it a different way. Kill yourself. Put yourself in a box and have the friend next door go push you in the water. Hallelujah. You want to sacrifice your own person, and don't tell anybody. Each of you, pick someone and do it. Leave the children alone. Leave them alone. They didn't sign up for it. You believe in that? Great. Do it behind your own closed doors with your husband. You want to marry someone who's going to kill you and put you in a box? Do it without us knowing. Sign up for it. They didn't sign up for this. They didn't sign up for this. To be paraded around the neighborhood and then sacrificed and put into a tree and put into water, and then you crush them up and then you harvest them on your plantation and then sell your land. Yeah, I got it right. I know the story. I know the story. Dylan Rounds wanted to nourish. Someone spoke to him and he thought he was going to nourish the land with this shit and then sell it. He fucked up. And man, they stopped talking about that one real quick. The mother just never thought that they would kill her son. The mother knows. She never thought that they would kill him. No way. They did. They killed him. Look at this photo. You tell me that the light doesn't outweigh the evil. Look at this photo. So any of you that are doing this, it is just getting stronger. The closer you get to Christmas, the stronger these spirits are getting. This is called the light. The children are in the light. They want this to stop. You see how this design here matches Kylie Rodney's shirt? It's all the same. This is the story. This is what they do. This is all of the shit that these kids go through and all of the preparation that these people do to sacrifice the children for the sake of their own knowing. Come on, you guys, you got to see it and just help stop it. You know, it's right in front of you. The white truck is right in front of you. What's so hard to find? They show it. These are the little houses that they go in. These are the little boxes that they showed at the food truck. This is the truck that pulled up at the house and dropped the shit off. They were already dead before they went in the house. The blood that's going down the inside of the door is because they put the sticks in the door. Look, it was probably they probably just installed it. Come on. Get with the program. Oh, I wonder how blood could be running down the door. Well, because they put the sticks up there that they use in these sacrifices. I don't know how. But you could see that they were put around the frame of the door. There's always a baby. There's always a baby. Someone had the baby. This is in front of the church. I know that it's hard to see left-hand side, but that is the number 5 box with the face and everything. You guys, this is inside the truck. That is the Adventist Church truck. It is underneath the truck, just like Summer Moon Wells's was. Just like it. They showed this, you guys. They showed it as if it was on the bottom of Don Wells's house. It's the same. They're cookie cutters. Cookie cut it, FBI. Cookie cut this and stick it on. All you need to do, let me discolor this. All you need to do, turn this in. Here, I'm going to darken it and then picture color, saturation. Let's see. Okay, this is going to be a little colory, but I saturated a little so you could see the 5 better. Right there, the back of the truck. Everything is under the truck. It is then brought to the water and tipped. They tip it. See how this thing tips? You notice how this is the same truck that winds up burning into the fire. This thing here is on wheels. It winds up exactly where I showed you guys that girl was burning it. It's right in there. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. They're living in the war zone. The war zone. Here's your truck. This is what needs to stop. This truck has children on it, and they each have their own box. They're sitting with it. They're sitting with it. These are the maroon, the green, the white box, and these are the same ones that I've showed over and over and over. Yeah, there are a lot of symbols in here. There are skeletons. There's a lot of stuff in here. And they're all in there. I stick with the elements that I know will show across the board quickly to the authorities, like this, the head that's sticking out of the box. So I like to stay with the elements that the authorities can quickly grab. I could grab it for them in literally seconds. These are the boxes with the heads in them. This is what's in this lady's video. This is not shocking anymore because this is the main element. This is what they did. This is what Kylie looks like. This is what Summer looks like. They all look like that. They all look like this. This is their light ceremony, you guys. Holding a baby, It's very, it's incredible that no one is discussing this. Here are the children. This is the same situation that I showed you at Fender's Farm. This could be pulling at Fender's Farm for all we know, because I only take the elements that are the same. And it's this snapshot right here is the same as what they do at the farms. Mind you, these are all over the country, right? It's not, they don't all go to Moscow. He's just a torso. He's just a head. This is what it looks like. This is in front of their church. Now, I know I went over this yesterday, but I'm going over this again because it's important for you to understand that this information here leads into all the other stuff that I'm about to show you. These are the boxes. Somehow this is underground, and this is their night of sacrifice. There's a lot to be seen in these photos. And wait, let me find this one. And I just try to put up ones that are the most understandable. This one has words on it. See, this is what the authorities could do, because sometimes these things spell out names. And this here has some name on it. And that's a head. This is like a main event. And there's a name on here. And this is not in the middle of the street, you guys. This is a lineup. These are the machines. See that? And in the middle here, it's like they've Jesus up here or something. But this is what their sacrifice looks like. This is what they do. It's obviously someone in the middle. You know, the other day when I said 12, maybe it's the 12 days of Christmas. Maybe they have 12 sacrifices. But it's not just one. It's many. See, that's over there. It's very evil and it's very real. And they're getting away with it. You know, you get away with it on your own time. Don't get away with it, you know, you know, saying that someone took your child and someone killed your child, and that's not what happened. You signed them up for this. This is what goes on the truck. What you're looking at basically is the same thing. It's like someone's bag of stuff. It's like the same thing I said to you, oh, this is Kylie's. It represents the same stuff. So this girl sitting with all of her shit is the same thing as what you see here. There's no difference. They all have their stuff. You might as well plop this lady up here and call it Kylie. Same thing. I showed this picture, but the only difference here is there's a horse in the window. I don't know if you guys could see it. Many a times I like to find those little pieces like, let me grab it. The horse in the window. Let me get it bigger. It's really hard to see because it's so small. So when I try to make it larger, it kind of ruins, but that's the horse head. And there's, right in the window, there's always a horse head. All that means is it just gives me confirmation. That's all. I don't know their symbols. I don't care to know their symbols. I just know that this has, you know, the maroon, the red, the yellow, the white. It has the A. It has the horse head. It has the baby. It just has everything that I've been pointing out. So see these doors, this store windows here? This is where the kids were at the night of the food truck. This is very, very, very real. Rumple, isn't that funny? That yes, I agree. When you see on the news, okay, oh, I saw the green monster face on the news 3 times when showing the Idaho house. Right? How creepy is that? That in the news, on the news stations, as they're talking to the people on the TV, you're like, you're joking me. You've got like a dead body behind you. Michael Vaughn's was the worst. Michael Vaughn was like showing he was sitting in a hole. I'm like, does no one else see it? Like, does anyone else see that Michael Vaughn's sitting in a hole while the news reporter's just telling the story? Well, this is in this lady's video. This is not the front of it's not the front. This may be scary looking, but you know what? This is what they make these things. This is the sacrifice. This lady, it shows a lot of stuff. And wait till you see the other stuff that goes with it. Because to me, this lady gave me an affirmation and confirmation that this is in the water. Like, look at this. You've seen these faces before. Y'all have seen this. It's not new. It's not scary. You've seen this. And to those that are doing this, we get it now. We've seen this enough times to know that it's not nuts. It's what it is. You can match this face up to any of the pictures of the sacrifices that are in my 500 videos. And this is in front of the store. It's right in the store window. Right in the store window. Here shows the number 5 box a little clearer. It's in the back. It's in the bigger picture. Let me help you out with cropping and changing the color. I like to do that, like I always say, once I have it up. But this here and this house, this is a very important location, and I do know that my information is going to help them. See, that's there. Here it is. It's identical. And all that means when I say this is identical is that it shows that these cases are all the same. What you see there in that photo are the boxes. These boxes, you guys, I cannot express enough. These are real boxes that are somewhere that can be found that represent the children. They get paraded. They get paraded. I'm showing you what's under the water. They act as if this is ice or snow. It's not. Their snow is not the snow, isn't the snow that you know of. Wait, what page is this? 17. See, it just gets so bright that sometimes, let me bring it down a little. It gets really bright the more I talk, the brighter it gets. So at first it freaked me out in the beginning, and now it doesn't anymore. So I dimmed it a little. These are the white pieces with the hearts. And there's the mesh. I don't know if this is the water, but they're acting as if it's in the ground. This is what goes in the water. So I don't necessarily understand why it's on the street. They superimpose it and put it in different places, but these are very significant. These are very significant. And these are real. These are real. They're very real. Those are the boxes. These children are bound together on the float. Judy. Thank you, my ma, Judy. And really, the only thing that people have to do is stop and look. Just stop and look. Nothing is what it appears to be. Nothing. That's a baby. And it's just all completely bullshit. So this is the Seventh-day Adventist church. That little boy, his head is it's strange. His head is not connected to anything. But this is in front of their church, and this is where this stuff is being pulled out of. This is where it's being pulled out of. Take a real close look at this photo. This child has no body. He's coming out of the ground. And look behind them. There's those heads are also in those boxes I've been showing you. It's just a head in a box. I've got those in a lot of my videos. And this child doesn't have a body. You cannot tell me he does, because he doesn't. In the back here is where the doors are. And there's a lot of stuff going on. This is basically where the kids were the night of the sacrifice of the students. Now, I don't know exactly who was sacrificed to the students, because I don't know them. I don't think I've heard any DNA, that the DNA matched anyone. I don't even know. I personally don't trust anything, so, because they screwed up and they definitely didn't tell us about Kylie. And they think just because they found Quentin Simon's bone piece, a little piece of bone, we're never going to hear about him again. So when I said what was in front of the doorway of the college student's house, see what's under here, right here? This strip, like right here, is probably what was in front of their house. It's this whole big strip, and it gets picked up, I don't know, but it's in the bottom of the truck. But this is what goes in the water, you guys. This piece right under here matches the pieces I've shown in the past. It's right on the truck. It's the white with the heart, and then that piece here, this here, you recognize this as the head. It goes in the water. It goes in the water. Kylie Rodney's went in the water. This thing. And then there's the A in the front, the frame. The whole frame is here. Here, let me make it smaller. The whole A frame is here, and you can see that there's someone in the front that's being sacrificed. This is pulling the person on the A frame. Now this is what we saw of Summer, and this is what I show you guys. It happens by the by the bridge, by the tunnel in Tennessee. That's a sacrifice right there. This is what is on here. And they're just ho-humming, you know. Let's just show it to everyone as Christmas lights. But that's what it looks like. You could plop Summer Moon Wells' head in there and just call it a day. It even tells you Seventh-day Adventist Church. Not really sure what else they need. It's not fake. This isn't covered up. It's clear. It's right there. Right there. See? Now, let me show you how they're moving it. So this is the same. So this doesn't, these aren't still photos, right? These are photos from the video. So look how this shifts because someone is moving the person. Watch. Right? Sorry. Yay. All right, let me crop this in. This is like the hanging, whatever they're doing. And it's by the A, so this is out in the open. See? These are slightly different from each other because it's moving. This is the box. This is like, there's probably number 5 in the front of it. And all the way underneath the word Adventist is the part that winds up in the water. This here is exactly what happened to Summer, but what I want you to really recognize is like that chipmunk thing in the middle. Summer Moon Wells was the main event. I believe what I'm being told is that this holds the family in which goes together. So Summer Moon was the chipmunk, the one in red, right there. That was Summer Moon. Each one of these boxes are symbolic to the person that is within the box. You see. This was Summer. And then there's one like this. So you have your maroon, your green, and then you have the white one here. Where's the white one? Wait, let me get the red here. Wait, where's the number 2? Page 23. Oh, that's why. Page 23. I'm ahead of you guys. Copy. Let me show you. So this here, this is what's in the boxes, and this is what Summer Moon showed, right? This one is marked a number 2. But whosever family this is very symbolic. They're all together. These are all together. And it's a sacrifice. You could see it. Everything has stayed consistent with everything I've shown you guys. It's all the same. The cylinder. These are cylinders. And it's not going to change, and I'm not going to stop showing it. Whoops. I'm not going to stop showing it. Summer Moon's face wound up being that chipmunk. I show it all the time. This is the front of the store that they actually do show the night of the kids were at the food truck. This is wherever this is in Moscow, it's a very significant location. Again, you could see the white truck in the mirror in the window. It just appears, and all this is just gives more affirmation to what's going on here, and that there are a lot of people that know what happened, because this doesn't take one person. It takes a lot of people. I don't know what I'll show you. I'll get there with the heads. That's the next part of the presentation. It takes a lot of people to organize this, and it's year round. Like there's no way something like this that the town doesn't know about. There's no way. And if you don't like it, then move out of the town. Don't stay there. There's the A on the box right there. And that's a person, and that's a person's head on top. Right there. The queen bee. That would be the queen bee. That's what this is. And here, on the other side, is your cross. There is someone on it. This is what's going on, and this is what the children are trying so hard to voice so it could stop. This is a sacrifice lined up in front of a lot of people. Those are heads within cylinders. I have shown this before. I have a picture of Kiely Rodni in a room just like this. This isn't outside in the middle of the street. They want you to think it is, but it's not. It's not. This is a very sacred location. Very sacred location. Kiely Rodni was in a room just like this. And Summer wound up just like this too. It's the cylinder. Oh, Rumpel, decorate. Find a different way to decorate. You still have to celebrate. As I show you people hanging out of the doors. They're inside some building. They're not outside, is what this picture is what I'm trying to tell you with this one. This is a picture. This is from Kiely Rodni. When I tell you that Kiely Rodni's photos really match up with the Beeston's party that they went to that night, it matches up so crystal clear. And when I tell you that Kiely was sitting in her basket, this is what she was doing. And this is now at her vigil. It may look funny, but she's sitting in the basket. And that matches up to what the Beeston Bunch has. The people within these towns know what happened. They know. They're bound to secrecy. Well, if they're bound to secrecy, then don't waste everyone else's time. Seriously. Whoever is up in that thing right there is the queen bee, just like Summer Moon Wells was. Now, hold on to your shorts, because now I'm bringing you same lady, different video. And what I'm going to prove to you is it takes plumbing to do this. This is a real estate photos. They're selling a house in Moscow. Under the sink, you have a refrigerator or something, and you have a child's photo, as if that child is in a cage under the sink. Now, the reason this is significant is because I said that this is somewhere near a bathroom and it needs plumbing. Well, this is in a bathroom and it's under the plumbing. When they put shit like this in there, there's a reason for it. There's a reason for this. This all comes from Moscow. This same lady brings her kids to a lamb's farm. She lines their faces up with a lamb and does some sacrifice. I don't know what this is, but this is what her photos show. I sent this in. Now, I know that all of the cases I'm following fall under the category of the lamb sacrifice. Trigger warning to these photos because these photos are pretty brutal, but I'm showing them because it tells the story. I am showing faces of the children all for the sake of the missing children. I'm telling and showing the faces because I believe they need to be shown in order to help solve these cases. These photos need to be shown because she shows them really clearly in her video. Now, when I took this from the video, it wasn't pixelated. It gets pixelated once you grab it. So the FBI know where to get this, and they will be able to get the video of this. Here, she is with a lamb. And I know that this person is being brutalized because her teeth are gone. She has all gums and her face is bruised and she's connected to this lamb. Now understand that I'm showing all this because all of this comes from the same person who is showing the lights in Moscow. And it's the same person that I got the Facebook information from with the wood and shit coming out of her daughter's head attached to the tree. We don't have to understand it. She's doing it. Here she is at this farm. What is out there in the middle of the farm, to me, is a child completely burnt. I don't know what else it would be other than that, but what I do know is it's needs to be looked at quickly, and that the authorities should really be banging on this lady's door like immediately. Because if this is the kind of houses that they're selling with someone under the sink, there's a problem. Right? Here's the pictures of them again at this farm. These kids are crying. They are in bad shape. And I hope it raises some eyebrows, and I hope that this is something that other people will talk about. Right? This is something we want other people to start talking about. It isn't something that I just bring up once as a story for today's story. This is something that needs to be discussed and accepted as the truth. They're at some sort of a farm, and the lambs seem to be half lamb, half human. Before I get to this part, like it's as if they're in the lamb. I can't explain it. It's like the humans are inside the lamb. Like this. This child's face is in the lamb. That's abuse. Like, I don't know how else to tell you that this is abuse. We've seen this before in the pictures from the fishermen, where it looks like their head is inside the fish. So if anyone thinks that that is something that is okay because someone believes it's okay within their sacrifice, great. Stick your own head in the lamb's ass. These children didn't sign up for this. They didn't sign up for this. They didn't. These are photos that are really true. They are doing something that is scaring and hurting our children. These are children of the world. These aren't children that anyone has a right to do this to. No one has the right. These aren't fake pictures, you guys. This is happening. This is what Summer Moon Wild's Missing Children are saying. Enough is enough. Like, it needs to stop. There's nothing correct about it. The next part of my video is the water part that goes into the sewers. This is affirmation that this stuff is being placed down the sewer line. This guy shows it. This particular part of the video is also from her page. This is also from her page. He shows how to unclog the sewers, but yet what's in the sewers are the heads that are being taken off these bodies and placed down the sewer. This is one of the most important pieces that needs to be looked at the FBI level. Because this here is machinery that Adventures with Purpose shows in their videos. This guy is doing like the same kind of a thing. But what he's looking at are body parts and heads and whatever else comes with this. It's clear evidence that the sewers are being used. Now, I could only put this out there. This is what I waited to hear from them on before I exposed it. Because this here, these little pieces of equipment, you know, those buttons and stuff, I've seen them. This here, these are skeletons. If anyone here is part of an organization that could get this in front of the FBI quickly, I would do that. I just showed you this picture. I'm going to get back to that because I'm going to stick with this for now. This guy that is doing the sewers starts out by fixing the electronics in the house. It shows that these people are within the walls of the house that is being connected to the plumbing. It's exactly what I said it was. This electronic system and what's within the walls of this house, as well as the sewer system, works together. Don't ask me to make sense of that, because then whatever that is winds up fertilizing and being used as seed to our farmers. So I believe this is some sort of a system that these people came up with to replenish our land for the new resurrection. Because that's the way that they, in their brains, are saying could be reincarnated. Right? That's what makes them feel good about all this abuse. This is a house that is being installed. There is a secret door. And this, yes, resoil the earth. Yeah, carnivores, correct. This is a house that is being set up for this system. There are secret doors, and I recognize the equipment. If you look closely to the equipment, it's the number 5 box. Right here. This is what is placed inside the wall, where the next one I'll show you where a human is in there. This is the equipment, you guys. I don't know what they're doing with this, but it's the clearest I've ever seen this. Right? That's how dumb they are. But, you know, the truth is, who's the dummy? Who's the dummy? The world's letting them get away with it. And they're showing it to us. So this is what's in here. Here is just a little closer look. This person is now connected to the equipment that's in the basement. This is a whole setup, you guys. Oh, thank you, Boston, for that super sticker. Thank you. Thank you very much. As I show you the sickest of the sickest information. This here are the boxes on top of each other. You just saw this. See the boxes on top of each other? But this dude is connected to it. Thank you. This is it. This is the equipment. This is the equipment that no one wants to find. This here is showing someone connected to it. This is the same kitchen setup as Benny sits in, Don sits in, Check It TV sits in, Candace, Jody Sue Brown. They all sit in this thing. It's a massive equipment. This person here is connected to it. The one in the bottom right-hand corner is sticking out of the wall. This isn't fake, you guys. It's like freaking torture chambers. Look at that. She's in it. Yeah, the Watts kitchen, the Valo kitchen, the kitchen in the fisherman's boat, all of it. It goes within the electronics of the house and the plumbing. This guy has it on his head. This is such clear photos of what is going on here that it's insane. It comes from a video. Look at how clear. Look at the back. See how clear that silver is? Those are the number 5s. Look at this. This is what they do to people in the kitchen. The Watts case is, oh my God. Chris Watts, I'd love to talk to him. Oh my God, I would love to have a conversation with him. But this is the story. This is the story that they should be talking about. The real story. It's like enough nonsense already of all the stupid conversation. This is real. This is behind their wall. It's showing. It shows it's behind their wall. This is hiding between the wall. It's showing between the wall. Look at how clear that is. It's there. Does that guy look like he's having fun? This is what Candace, this is what their kitchen looked like the night before Summer Moon went missing. This is the story. This is the story. Yeah. Nikki Kessinger, I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know what they did with her, but these pictures, these are really clear. And they could line this kitchen right up with every case. Even the color yellow. Look at that. It's pretty nuts. Here's a closer look. Now, this is the same. You guys, these are all the same. This is all the same information. Comes from the same person. RJM. I don't know what that is, but this is a close-up to what they're showing with their tube in the ground. See, they're going in the ground. They're going in the sewer pipe. And they're showing this stuff in the sewer pipe. That isn't anything. This isn't anything that should be showing up in a sewer pipe. Just like this stuff shouldn't be showing up in Adventures with Purpose heat light. This is the guy that's putting that little thing down the sewer pipe. And notice, I need you to notice that it's within the plants. It's within the plants. Look at these pictures, you guys. This, what they show within the sewer pipe, is very interesting. It's just something that the FBI will have to look really closely into. But to me, the things that I see may not necessarily be there. I mean, I see certain elements, but that has to be checked out, right? That's the same guy that's doing this. This guy is connected. He's just connected to the machine. I mean, it's really sad what is going on here. Let me grab that picture. This is what the smaller one looks like. So it's like the plumbing, the electronics, all seems to go together. It's like it's a whole system that someone is building for a house. Like it's their new, irrigation or whatever you want to call it. But the bottom line is this isn't irrigation system that is legal. This is a close-up. So this here really shows you more information that really shouldn't be here as far as just looking under the ground. These are all elements of the cases that's in this window. Let me brighten it up. This here, let me crop it. again, isn't something that you're going to be finding down a sewer hole. No, this isn't plunder. This comes straight from this lady's video. This is straight from the source. This is straight, like I gave that information to the authorities, because this is straight from the source. Not plunder. It's a video that these guys just have up in Moscow. This is all coming from Moscow. See, that to me is a body. That's not something you'd find in the sewer. I'm sorry. Yeah, the sewer. So this is interesting because you see the V. This is just him putting that thing down the sewer. It's not a sewer. It's like the smallest little water hole. It's like this small little thing. But it's very significant. Here's a closer picture of this small little hole of the water. Now, I will have to spend more time looking at it, but I know that I see elements, but many a times I don't know if my brain is creating it, if I see through my third eye. The goal is I could only really show things that others can see. I learned that pretty quickly. I learned that pretty quickly after I met with particular law enforcement. And they're like, you do know that we don't see what you're talking about. I'm like, what do you mean you don't see it? It's very scary. It was an awful moment for me, actually. So it's like the little critters like this. This little guy. And he's showing it. You know? This is just stuff that we shouldn't be seeing. And the thing is, this little guy that we see here matches. I have many pictures of this little guy. Many. So this to me would be a very big break in the case, because it's telling us that there's something down in there. That's what it's telling us. That's what this is showing. That there's something in here, something down in there. Cost of sewer pipe replacement. That's what I'm getting from this, is that there is a very large picture right in front of the authorities to go get. It's right in front of them. See? There's a story to be told here. And for the first time, I feel the intensity about the water wells, and and water that moves like this in order to move the bodies through. Like, it's like a tunnel. But I don't think it's as small as he's showing. I think it's larger than that. But the story is the same. They're down in the water hole, but it's not as small as he's showing it to be. It's larger than that. It's just their way of telling the story because they fit in there. They move them through this. They move them through the waterways. It's a way of moving them without being seen, smelled, touched. You can't find it. It's moving underneath you in the waterways. That's what this is telling me. And it's a very big deal. You'll see that this is a tunnel. This is almost like the same kind of a tunnel that they showed, that they wanted us to believe it was the tunnel in Tennessee, that really nasty tunnel. It's the same photo. This is the same photo as when we saw Don and Candace walking away from their rock dedication. They were walking through a tunnel. This is the same photo. So that's telling you they are down in the waterways. They're in these tunnels. The water moves at certain times. They know when it's going to move. Do you remember when Benny was laughing and he's like, oh my God, the Wells property completely overflowed and the water was flowing and I'm like, and he was laughing. I'm like, it's something, it's part of the process. I could tell by the way he was telling the story. It's part of the process. Yes, that wall has faces coming through. It's got the V. It's speaking to you guys. You see, it's speaking. That's what photos are doing here on the channel. It speaks. It's telling you we are here in the waterways. We are here in the tunnels. Like it's so clear to me because I hear it. It's what it is. And the authorities they're not talking about it. But it's right in front of us. It's right in front of us. And it's in the plants. If you look down in there, it is significant photo that he's showing here. Let me grab it. And the V is there. The V just, all that does is says, it's a person, I'm here, do you see me? That's all it's saying. Like it's like a bookmarker, you know, it's like it marks its place with a V. So it's telling you. It's telling you that they're here. Somehow they go through this tunnel. They get pulled through this tunnel. They use the waterways to move these bodies. They're in there. They're working their asses off to move these things, to get them. Personally, I said this is what the divers were doing. This is what the divers do. This is what the divers do. Jeffrey Dahmer was busted because of the smell. He put all the shit down his water drains. But this shouldn't be here other than it's because it's telling the story. You know, you turn it around and it's a whole different photo. Watch. Turn it around and it's a person in the water, in their basket. The moral of the story is whoever is in charge of all these photos knows the story. I don't, the only reason I would need no one, I wouldn't even need a disguise. I just don't think they would allow me in. I want to hit the road. Trust me, I do. My husband knows I do. But this person's looks like they're in their eyeball, but those shoes are always on. The shoes, I always look at the shoes. So here it looks like someone is in here riding on a boat in the tunnel. So look, here, and I believe full-heartedly, if it's not Adventures with Purpose, it's a company like them that helps work through this part of the process. Because it's too... I've been looking at these boats and shit for a long time, right? This is a waterway that's used as part of the process. No, my name is Lori Lori. This is, I could put a hat on me saying, I'm not Lori, Lori Lori. So this is a guy on a boat. Basically, on a boat. So this is bigger than what that guy wants you to believe it is. But if they want to get the full information, they have the guy's information. This is the bathroom that they do. There's no reason that thing should be in the bathroom. It's in the bathroom. Ooh, look what's on the counter. And look what's on the counter, an A and a heart. I didn't see that before. Wait a minute. Check this out, you guys. Oh my God, this is pure evidence. Like, they should go get this. Holy shit. It's right above the refrigerator. Look. Look at this, you guys. Because the refrigerator, look at that's the A in the heart thing, you guys. Because the refrigerator is part of, they need it. And I've said that when they, they sort of had it with Harmony. They like pulled out a refrigerator, but I don't think they got it. Like they didn't get the they don't know the elements. Who keeps a refrigerator in the bathroom? Someone who's guilty of this shit. I mean, these are elements right here. This bathroom is like, it's like stocked up, ready to go. Well, this is where I showed you the picture of the girl that was under there. It was this bathroom, and it showed the girl under there. So this bathroom is in the same place with the lambs. So this is, understand, these are all the same places. This is where the lambs are. Yeah, I believe that they have things behind the refrigerator. It's hidden behind the fridge. Like a hidden doorways behind the fridge because they need the plumbing. So this is where the lambs are, and this is where the kids were. And this is nuts. They need to look into this shit. These kids are being connected to these lambs. What you see in the shadow in front of you is just like the shadow I showed you the other day with Plunder. Same kind of a shadow of a little girl. You have to look into the smallest little corner. This is going to be trigger warning. I'm going to show you something in here that some of you won't pinpoint because they really do cover it up well. But because my eyeball goes right to it, let me show you. These children, I believe it's their blood that is being fed. This little girl's face is right there with the little heart under her. You see her eye. She's right in the bottom left-hand corner. So this is what's going on here. And you could see that that little thing is being held under her neck. Yeah, it's always by a tree, you guys. Always by a tree. Yep, there's an A-frame. I see that here. I'll pull that up. The trees and the branches are significant. These kids are truly connected, and that's why they go in groups. This is what you see. I could tell what you see. It's this A. Right there. Yes, these there I see the chains. All of that stuff is in here for sure. Um, the most important thing at this point is that the authorities recognize what is going on. They're, obviously they're abusing the children, but they're also using the animals as part of the abuse. These kids are with animals. Like Summer Moon, throughout all of my readings, is animals, or with the animals, and she's in the leaves, and she's with Julia. Like there's certain things in the fishies, like there's certain things that she just repeats. It's fishies, Julia, the leaves, animals, and her feet smell. So smelly feet, like these are things that are part of Summer Moon Wells's conversation, and she's really communicating that. Anyone that's a psychic, that's a real psychic, those are elements that they have to be picking up on. Like anyone that's a good psychic is gonna be connected and hear trees, leaves, animals. They're gonna feel that. They're gonna feel the dirt. They're gonna feel their feet are dirty and it smells, and it's like you're able to feel the weather, feel the confinement of a place, the gookiness of it, if it's clean or dirty. And you're going to know if you feel the touch of animals. It's like one of those things, if you really are connected, those are really simple. I mean, it doesn't sound simple to other people, but those are just like slam dunkers. Like I could tell you by just looking at this picture of this girl holding the duck that I could tell full-heartedly, even as I'm about to repeat it, it like takes my whole entire body away, that I could tell you for a fact that Summer Moon Wells was holding an animal. Like I could put money down on it. That's how strongly my body feels it. And this, I don't listen to anyone else's readings, but I do know it, Donna, like when I first started this, she's good. And I know that she must say that. Like she must so also feel the way I feel, like this intensity, like looking at this little girl here holding this duck, like I almost could faint looking at it because I could tell Summer Moon, like this is what she went through. It's so intense, and like it will make me sad. Like it's so intense. Even what you see over in the right hand corner, connected to the earth and the ground and the soil and the wood, and it hurts her. It hurt. That part hurts. Like whatever's going on in the right hand side hurt Summer. Like it holding the animal was something that was supposed to bring her comfort, but it's disgusting. Like it doesn't bring comfort other than it's like holding a stuffed animal. Those are the things that clairvoyants and mediums, if you're really good, you could give those. And that's why it's so frustrating that the FBI and when you find someone who's good, and the law enforcement really should be working with people that are good, because we could go within. Obviously, like I don't know names unless I blurt out a name. Like the other day, what happened? I blurt out the number 12. I know for a fact that 12 is a big deal. But when someone like me could feel that it's warmth, they're in a warm place, it's muggy, it's dirty, dirty, dirty animals, like it's important. And Donna is another one. Like it's something that the authorities should listen to. This person is connected. You see the V on her neck? This child is this hurts her. It hurts. And Summer Moon, it hurt her. They didn't numb her. They put her through the pain, you guys. They put these students through the pain. And that's what a clairvoyant does. And that's why they should be working with authorities. And it doesn't have to be, what's the big deal, secretly or not secretly, or they don't want to say that a clairvoyant help. We're not doing everything. We're just giving information that we feel to be true. And the good ones are right. The good ones are right. Yes, her neck has the V on it. She is connected to, you guys, she is connected to the tree, to the earth, to the ground. They're replenishing. Yes, it looks like her face, it looks like a face is over her face to cover her identity. It covers her identity. So the part of her face that is real, that would be of importance, is only, let me show you this part. They don't want you to recognize the person because these kids have been taken. This is the part of the face that is the part of the child that is missing. Not all that. Not all that. It's this. But people like me, and this gift of what I'm doing today isn't something that I even knew I was going to be focusing in on. I knew I had a gift. I know I do. don't really work with it other than like help people with cancer, help people get pregnant, like I worked in hospice, like all of that. But it wasn't until Summer Moon Wells showed me that I'm good with photos. Like when I look at these photos, and I worked and got certified with a very famous school, and I'm not going to mention her name, but she helped me going through the process of those classes for last year, helped me realize what I know to do. And I went on location with this group to the sanctuary that's well known in Boston, and we spent a few days there together as a group, and it was very enlightening. I'm like, I didn't realize until that moment that when I say to someone, when they handed me, they put you through tests. She handed me like a piece of jewelry and wanted me to tell her about it. And I looked right at her, and I didn't know that the thoughts that I saw in my head were other things that people didn't know. And I said, is this your dog? Are these your dog's ashes? And she was like, what? And then I immediately saw the dog on the couch, and the dog was sitting on her. I told her all that. And I'm like, oh my God. Like it came so natural. And I didn't realize that it was, it's not normal to see that. I just said what I saw. So for me, it's super easy. And I didn't know the things that I saw were actually real thoughts that are happening, if that makes any sense. And I learned that through Summer Moon Wells. To embrace that instead of ditzing it off or whatever, just whatever. And I realized it could help in these cases. I didn't know that. So when I say to authorities, I know you don't see it, but I'm telling you, this is the room they're in. I don't think I would see it if it wasn't, because that's what seems to be true for me, if that makes sense. Like if I see it, it's what it is. Not to say I'm always right, but it's like in these circumstances. It's nothing I talk about in my everyday world because, I went to this photo shoot on Saturday. My daughter works for a big company for marketing, and they wanted me to model clothes. And I went there, and I'm like, usually I wouldn't do that, but I'm like, yeah, I'll do it for her. It's a big customer of hers, and I'll go because it helps my daughter, right? I get to this room, and it was a big warehouse. It was all set up for a photo shoot. All these different clothes were there. And I'm in here, and all these young girls, like I'm 56, I was the oldest one there. The girls all have young kids, and they're all rushing, and they're all like in their chaos, and I'm like, have all day because I have nothing else to do. Mind you, I forgot to tell them when I got COVID, the next 2 days I probably exposed them all. But I'm looking around, and I look at the girl's eyes. I'm like, this girl looks so familiar. I didn't say anything, and I'm doing the shoot, and they're like, oh, you have such great energy, and I'm like so laid back, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, oh, my sister's coming. And when her sister came, she looked right at me. I'm like, oh my God. She looked at me, and she's like, I just got the chills. Her sister started crying. I'm like, oh my God. I now know who you guys are. And she's like, do you have a sister? I'm not going to name any names. Is this your brother? My family's pretty well known. I'm like, no, I have only one sister. She goes, did you have a sister that's like clairvoyant? I said, no, that's me. She's like, I said, I know exactly what you're going to say. And 16 years ago to that day, it was her father's day he passed away. She's like, do you remember? I said, I know exactly what you're going to talk about. I own this very large company. I had this whatever. She came to my kiosk, and I didn't know her. And she's like, oh my God, I came here because I heard that you help people die and pass them into the light. I'm like, she's like, do you think you could go to the hospital? He's in ICU. I'm like, well, of course I can. I'm like, it's free. I just do it. To me, it's fun. So I go to the hospital, and there's like 30 family members in this room. And I look around the room, and like, when you're from the area, you know a lot of people. My family's well known. I'm like, I told them, don't talk about, just everyone leave the room for right now. This person is basically comatose, right? But I could hear him speak to me. So I had everyone leave the room, and then everyone came back into the room. There's like 30 family members. And I'm like, here's the deal. Everyone held hands, and I'm going to give you a message. I'm going to give you messages, and then you're all to leave and let your father pass away. He's ready to go. And I look around the room. I'm like, is someone here pregnant? If you don't know you're pregnant. And your father wants you to know that when this little boy, it's going to be a little boy, is born, he will be there with you. And they're all looking around the room like, who's someone? They were young. This is 16 years ago. These kids were young, in their 20s. Like, no. So they call me the next day. Their dad passed, blah, blah, blah. 3 months later, they called. They're like, you're not going to believe this. Our sister was pregnant, and she had a boy, and it was a whole to-do. And they said, we woke up this morning asking for a sign from my dad. All morning, we asked for a sign. Today's, 16 days to the day. And then she's like, I walk into this photo shoot, and there you are. I'm like, well, there's your sign. Your dad says hello, and he's proud of you guys. And they were like, oh my God, we're so obsessed with you. We never met. I'm like, oh my God, you guys, please stop. Now I got to tell them that I exposed them to COVID. So, but anyways, I don't know how I got off of the tangent, but that's just what I do, and it's just so normal for me. But Summer Moon Wells's case really allowed me to explore myself in a way. Anyways, okay, so this is the next picture. That's that. So this is why I do this stuff, and I don't get the recognition from the authorities, because they don't understand it yet. But when I have pictures like this, these are real pictures. This to me is a picture of Kylie. This was in their video, and it's showing a head in the ground. And this, oh, thanks guys. This is really someone's face. This is someone's face in the ground. And this to me looks like Kylie. This to me looks like one of the girls that died in Idaho. Yeah, I like sharing those stories sometimes, because it's nice to share a story, because you guys really don't know who I am. And many times I do get emails from certain people. They're like, well, how do we know? How do we know who you are? Well, you really don't know me until you meet me. Just like you don't know who Summer Moon Wells is or Kylie Rodney is. You have no fucking idea. You don't know who Benny is. You don't know who Ryan Upchurch is. You don't know them until you meet them. No one knows who Plunder is. I can't find one person who's gone for lunch with Plunder. No one. No one. So, like, we don't know if she's a robot, if she's real, until someone meets her. Right? All right. Anywho, yeah, so this is the picture of this girl's head in this guy's bathroom. In this guy's bathroom. So this is the stuff that I could tell you, like I could smell the blood. Like whatever goes on with these people, it's massive, 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 massive amounts of blood. It's like insane amounts of blood. This here shows up in their video. To me, this shows the house. This shows the location. It shows the boxes. They may have put this in the middle of a street, but this is real. This is a real house, and this reminds me of what I'm looking at. This looks like 1112 Kings Road, Kings Drive. Now, this video has nothing to do with them, but what it's telling me is that's the house. And then it goes all the way across the way, showing you across the road is a bridgeway over to the fraternity house. That's what I'm hearing. So it's like going across the road is what you're looking at. Let me get a picture of the house real fast. Let's see. Nothing's real fast, right? No, that's not it. I want a picture of the front of the house to see if this picture that is in the middle of the road is their house. Let's see. Moscow. All right. Let me see if it's in here. It's always an issue when I have to find a picture. It's so not funny, but Plunder has all my photos. Plunder is very interesting. I really would like to meet someone who has met her in person. In person. Let's see if it's in this one. I may have to look this up real fast so I could get it quicker than looking. I've got thousands of photos. It's ridiculous. All my information on Jeffrey Dahmer is so interesting that I didn't realize how connected all of these are. It just seems so... Wait here. All right, I'm going to pull it up on my phone and send it to myself because okay. Moscow Murders House. Image. Let's see if that... Holy shit. You guys, so this is what I'm talking about. Like, add to photos. So this is how Spirit speaks, basically. So what you see here, let me put this to me, this is a lady's video from, I don't know, years ago. But when I see a picture like this, whatever like pops into my third eye is what I like to talk about, right? So this here is just a picture she put out there and created this house in the middle of the road. What I am seeing and what I am hearing is that house is this house. See? Is this house. So if I were to tell a story, what it's telling me is this house is here, and the boxes that I showed the other day as if they were next to the house, that I am correct, because here what it's showing are these boxes next to the house, and there's a white car. So the maroon boxes are right here next to the house. Okay? But this walkway, this thing right here, goes across. That's there. That's that house. But the walkway goes across the street. There's the school. And it leads into across the street. You see that? This is a story. This is a storyboard. It's a storyboard. And to me, this is the school. Now, I don't know where the school is. Does anyone know where the school is located as far as where these houses are? Because what this is telling me is that this is the school. These are the boxes. This is the house. And you're able to go across the bridge this way. But this is under the bridge, and then there's something over here. This tells the story. Tells the story. This, I know I'm going back and forth, but this is the guy that is drilling and doing all this stuff against the house. I think that what he's doing here is this is the equipment that's installed, because there's the white, the maroon, the green boxes that are part of the killings. Oh yeah, it's not just you. There's always faces in the trees. That's like one of the first things I saw, all these faces in the trees. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do with that? This here is what you see in Benny's. This is what Benny shows in his house behind his head. I've shown Benny with this stuff behind him so many times. Oh my God, how many times have I showed you Benny standing in front of these maroon boxes? Right here. These are real. No, you're not losing it. You're seeing it. Justice coming, you're seeing it. Just like, trust me, I thought I was losing my mind. But this is what this guy is showing. So whoever this is, I highly suggest that he needs to be looked at. Because this is inside the walls. This is all this shit's going on here. And this shows heads. Like, this is what Adventures with Purpose shows you guys in their videos. This is what they show. Every video that I look at, I really wish I would find something else, but I don't. Because something else doesn't exist. Only thing exists is this. This is all that exists in their videos, is stuff like this. Bodies. And this is the equipment they use. So, okay, so I've gone over, this is still the same group. This group covers the Seventh-day Adventist Church, the parade. And then from there, it goes to the houses, the plumbing, the electronics in the house. And then she has a video of this harvesting. It's all the same. And this harvesting, to me, when the video shows the body, these little, I call them bodies moving, it's the same movement as I've showed you the bodies that are rolling out in the other videos. I have a video from Arbana Papillon who shows the bodies rolling. And here is the same thing. So I feel as if somehow this is part, there's all different things they do with this stuff. I'm saying that this is one of the things that they do as far as planting the seed and harvesting. And this is where Dylan Rounds got all screwed up. Because what is in here is not seeding. This isn't seed. And the video is really clear. This little body rolls just like the video shows the body rolls. It's the same thing. This body right here. And this is not seed. It's not seed. Because I'm going to show you what seed looks like. It's not that. That's not seed. This has nothing to do with harvesting seed. Nothing. That's not what it looks like. That's not what it's supposed to look like. Harvesting seed does not look like that. Just doesn't. It's not seed in there. So that's not seed in there. Correct. This is bloody. This is bloody. Where's my other photo? Wait, I know I have a photo. See, they have, these are the trucks that they have coming in. And I'm going to show you, let me, I have the video. Maybe I should take the audio off my video. Let me see. Yeah, I'm going to play you the video so you could see how it goes from seed to this. Like it shifts, it changes. Like all of a sudden they go from one thing to a next. I have the video, I'll show it to you next. Let me just take the audio off of it. Move audio. Harvest, I'll call it. And I'll show you the live video because that will be better. So this is bloody. Oh, Boston, thank you for the super sticker. So awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. This isn't seeding. And I think if I were to go with my gut feeling, this is where Dylan Rounds got screwed up. I don't think he could handle what his next step was. I know Boston is so generous tonight. Look in there. Do you see all that? Does that look like seed to you? No. It's a bloody mess. It's not seed. I may not be a farmer, but I know. It ain't seed. In a closer picture, the one next to it, let me show you. They ain't seeding. And somehow, Dylan and his friend, Aiden, something went wrong. That is not seed in there, you guys. It shouldn't be in there. Shouldn't be. So this is what it shows in there. This is what shows in there. Like, when I show you the video, you're gonna be like, I don't understand how no one has seen this. This is what Aiden was doing, and something, and his mom doesn't want to talk about it. Once in a while, she'll be like, he was just with the wrong people. He was really he found a way to replenish a piece of land that everyone said was dead. And I think that this is how he wanted to replenish it, which was illegal, right? And something went wrong because the day he had his seed, the day he was supposed to seed, is the day that things got screwed up. Anyone that's a farmer, you know that that's not what it looks like. That's not what it looks like. No siree. So this is just strange. So I will show you the video and you will recognize what I'm talking about. And the video shows really strange things like this. Like, the video gets really weird. You guys, it turns into, I'm going to do it live. It turns into a whole entire different story. It's like a whole different story. So as soon as I saw it do this, I'm like, well, I might as well do this live, right? Because I'd much rather do it live than not. So this is what it starts to turn into. And then I stopped. Like, what is this? Like, what is this? So that's how I'll end tonight's live, is I'm going to play that video for a little bit. Yeah. I'll play the video for a little bit. My God, if you guys like stories, I have so many stories about what I do that there's stories that when I look back, I'm like, and when I did these things, like clairvoyantly, I didn't even realize it was weird. Like, I'm like, what are they all freaking out about? It was like, I don't get it. I don't get it. All right, so I'm going to pull up the video just for a little bit to see. I'm going to show this. Watch. See how they change really quickly? Watch. This, I didn't do anything to the video. Watch. And then it goes to blood. Okay, so right there, I want you guys to watch this section. This is what reminds me of the bodies. You know how the bodies roll out? Right here. You have to put your binoculars on. But right here, how their body is moving out is exactly how they move out of the ground when I look at videos from Arbana. Watch. See? That's what it reminds me of. So, this is where I start playing around with it. See what's in here. Here. Right, let me go over here. So they're calling this harvesting, right? Which maybe it is, maybe it isn't. And when I call this stuff out, that doesn't necessarily mean that's what they're doing. But when I see something, it's different from when someone else is watching it. Because I see the story. So I like to stop in between like that, not because I want to see what they layered in there. And this is what's being layered inside their video. And it's pretty clear. It's very clear. So if you look, like I'm doing this live, you guys, I don't know what we're going to see, but you could already tell that there's equipment stuck in there. And I'm telling you, this is harvesting of the body parts. I really don't know how to tell you it nicely, but this isn't putting seed out. And I personally feel as if somewhere Dylan Rounds and Aiden got stuck. So this is really what's in there, okay, is this. Now you see me doing it live, so you see this? This here is not harvesting of the seeds. This is something totally different that is underneath it. So this is a great example of how I get to it. So when I know when there's a story to be told in a picture because I see the story. And I've taken for granted. I'm always like, oh, thought you guys in the beginning saw the story. You didn't. But now I have a way to show it because it actually really is underneath there. So this is what's showing up it's really clear. It's very different from what they want you to see. See? And this is, there you go. This is right out of Moscow. Oh, little guy who put your thumb down. Are you so sad that I'm doing this? Change the channel. Because we don't care. People are so miserable in their life. It's so sad. It's so sad. It's funny, I could almost smell the smoke. That's like exhaust. That is like a very strong scent that is coming out of these trucks. Woohoo! It's very strong scent. You could tell that I'm hitting something that people don't want me to talk about. I love it. I love it. It's the best. So what I want to do, when I do this live, it's a little harder. What I want to do is get in between this, in between the frame. See how bloody it is in there? Somewhere in here. See, let me show you. I'm going to take a little screenshot. You're not eating and drinking the bodies. No. These are people that pay for this shit. They pay for this. Like, they're paying money for this. They're paying a lot of money for this stuff. See? That's not green. I mean, it's right there. It's apparent that it's not what you think it is. And I see all the moving parts so clearly. It's hard to stop in the middle of the frame when I'm live because I don't have the ability. Wait, let me see what's laying on top of there. It's like a green thing. Let's see. So this is what they want you to see is harvesting. But in the beginning here, oh, I don't think I taped it. I want to get between that frame. Look how gross that is. I'm telling you. Something is not right. At all. This picture, you see what I'm saying? This is just all, I don't know what this is. I was putting it out there that this is what Dylan Rounds was supposed to do, and somewhere he backed out or was going to tattle on someone. And chose to just, they fucked him up. He messed with the wrong people. See this? That's not harvesting. What is this? It's like smashing a face. It's not even the same equipment. So this is what you call deep fake. Like they deep faked other things over it. They deep faked shit over there. It's like a face coming out of the ground. So it's fake. They deep faked over the real shit. And for some reason, they had to videotape it and show it to everybody. So this is what it is. It's so hard for me to do it live. Like my fingers don't move the same way as when I'm doing it. Oh, you know what? Maybe I could. Where is it? Maybe I could do it over here. Let's see. And then put the pictures in. Harvest. Let me see. It's funny because it just moves differently for me when I'm straight on my laptop. Because I use my toggle. Well, this is obvious. Let me show you. I'm doing it here on my laptop real fast. To show you a few photos that so I could toggle it slower. Okay, here's a quick photo. So, move this over. So here's two. Is this one of them? So this is a little blurry, but I just took this from this video. And that's not normal. This is like a miniature Tonka toy that they're showing. This is what's in this video, you guys. This is weird. And then here's the other photo that I just took. This shouldn't be. It's like a stick. So this is the last part of their videos. It's what they call harvesting. That, to me, is nothing more than, seriously, rolled body parts. I mean, obviously this is for entertainment purposes only. And this is just my opinion. Nothing has been proven true. But this is what I see and hear and understand to be true. Doesn't mean this is what they're doing. But this is this is what I see. So you have this photo, which is nonsense. And these look like little Tonka toys. They look like fake Tonka toys filled with Tonka pieces. And with elements from the Summer Moon Wells Missing Children's case. So, in a nutshell, Moscow, to me, is a location where they are doing human sacrifices and they're running it out of the church. And this lady has to be looked into because she has from the church to the water to the house, all of it. All of this is on her YouTube page. So that's what I see happen to these kids. And I think that their photos are bullshit. Again, I think that their photos make no sense. They make no sense to me. I don't understand it. So if in fact the authorities would like to check this out, there's a lot to be looked at. There's a lot to be looked at. You guys, again, may justice come tomorrow. Oh, I still have the toy sassafras. I still have them. I could do that again. I haven't finished it. I really should finish it. That's it. To all the Summer Moon Wells missing children, may justice come to you tomorrow. And to the Moscow students, Kylie Rodney, Michael Vaughn, Serenity McKinney, Harmony Montgomery, the Watts kids, the Vallow kids, all of them. We hear you. We understand you. But now we have to have everyone else understand it. All right, you guys. Thank you to my mods. Thank you so much for being here. You guys do a fabulous job. I love my group of people here. You're all so amazing. Thank you, Boston, for those super chat stickers. And thumbs up on your way out. Thank you all. Talk to you tomorrow. Good night.